Students, let us begin with the second problem on design of a compression member. They have given the question, determine the load carrying capacity of the column section shown in this figure if its actual length is 4.5 meter and its one end may be assumed as fixed and another end is assumed as a hinge. And they have given the grade of steel as Fe 410, that is E is equals 250. Fine. So in this figure, this orange color section is known as MD 400, and over there are two cover plates they have attached of size 300 by 20 mm. And these are nothing but the thickness and height of a section and plus thickness of a plate. So in this we have to find out the capacity of this ISMB 400 and these two plates, capacity of this whole built up section. Now to calculate that, we need to begin with this solution, and in this solution, in first step we have to go for the sectional properties of a ISMB 400 and the plate section, that is nothing but 300 by 20 mm plate sizes. And from steel table go to the ISMB 400, okay, and find out A1 is equals, that is the cross sectional area of a ISMB 400, which is there in your steel table, that is 7846 mm square. Now H is equals to 400 mm and flange breadth is 140 mm. Similarly, the thickness of the flange is equals 16 mm and moment of inertia about ZZ axis is equals to 2420458.4 into 10 raised to 4 mm raised to 4, and moment of inertia about YY axis is 622.1 into 10 raised to 4 mm raised to 4. So these properties are from your steel table for ISMB 400. Okay, now next step is to calculate the buckling class. The buckling class is given in IS 800-2007 of page number 44. Go to page number 44 and find out the buckling class for this built up section, and in that they have given the buckling class for built up section is C. Okay. After this, we are interested to calculate I of ZZ of 1. Okay. And the formula is IZZ plus 2 times the plate width into plate thickness into the Y bar square. Okay. To calculate this Y bar, the formula is H by 2 plus plate thickness divided by 2. So we know this H, that is nothing but the height of the column. Okay. Now Y bar, what is H? Height of the column, that is 400 divided by 2 plus plate thickness. Plate thickness is 20 mm, that is 20 by 2. Substitute these values in Y bar formula and calculate the answer, that is Y bar is equals to 210 mm. Fine. Now let us begin with the calculation of IZZ of 1. What is IZZ? IZZ is this value. Plus 2 into plate width. Plate width is what? This is your z axis. This is your z axis, and plate width is 300. Plate width is 300 mm into plate thickness is of 20 mm. This one. Plate thickness is of 20 mm into y bar whole square. This one y bar value is 110 square. Complete the brackets and calculate. After calculation, you will get the value of 733.78 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. This is the value of IZZ of 1. Getting it? Similarly, find out IYY of 1 is equals to IYY plus 2 times b into d cube by 12. Now we know IYY, that we have got it from the steel table. Now what is B? B and T. Over here we are talking about YY axis. To calculate this B, this is your YY axis and B is nothing but which is parallel to your Y axis. Now if you consider these plates, this thickness is parallel to your Y axis and that thickness I will consider over here as a B. Plus 2 times B is 20. D will be what? The value, or you can say the breadth which is perpendicular to your Y axis, and this width is 300 mm divided by 12. After calculation, you will get the value as 96.22 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. That is I of YY of 1. Okay. Therefore, this IYY of 1 is much more lesser than the IZZ of 1. This value is much more lesser than this IZZ of 1. Okay. Now let us begin with the third step. Third step, to calculate the buckling. Third step is to calculate the buckling about YY axis. Now, R of YY is equals square root of I of YY of 1 divided by A of E. Now, to calculate this A of E, the total area of ISMB, 400 and A2 means the total area of these two plates. Now area of ISMB 400 is 7846, which is there in steel table, plus area of 2 by 20. Once you calculate, you will get 19,846 mm square as a total cross-sectional area, which is denoted by A of E. Now substitute these values in your R of YY, that is nothing but minimum radius of gyration about YY axis. You will get I of YY of 1 is 96.22 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 19,846 is the area. Substitute these values in RYY formula. You will get the value of RYY as 69.63 mm. So this is nothing but your step 3. Fine. Now we will move to the next step, that is nothing but fourth step, to calculate the slenderness ratio, that is lambda. So lambda is equals to KL by R, and this KL is equals to what? K value is there in your code book. Okay, find out it. It is nothing but 0.8 into L. L is this actual length 4.5, which is there in meters. Convert it into mm. That is 4,500 mm. And calculate the value of K of L. That is nothing but lambda is equals to, after calculating you will get it as 3,600, and R means this RYY, that is nothing but your radius of gyration or minimum radius of gyration is 69.63. After substituting this into lambda's formula, you will get the lambda value as 51.70. Now this lambda you have to refer for the calculation of f of CD. Now we will assume f of y is equals to 250 MPa, and go to page number 42 of IS 207. Okay, in that you have to find out the value of f of CD. For lambda 51.70 corresponds to 250 MPa. By linear interpolation, you will get the value of f of CD as 180.35 MPa. 180.35 MPa. Now we will move to the fifth step. That is nothing but the calculation of P of D is equals A of E into f of CD. We know this A of E, that is this value 19,846 into f of CD is 180.35, that is equals 3,579.22 kilonewton. That is the value of P of D. And in that only we are interested to find out the factor load capacity. So load carrying capacity of column is equals to P of D divided by factor of safety. Factor of safety. Now P of this value, that is 3579.22 kilonewton divided by factor of safety is 1.5, and the answer is 2386.15 kilonewton. Is nothing but the load carrying capacity of a column. Load carrying capacity of a column is 2386.15 kilonewton. So this is the answer of a given question.